Hello everyone, this is me Damayanti Soda, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Administration. Our today's topic is distribution channels. When we talk about distribution channels, the objectives of the production of a good is to make the good available to the consumer at appropriate and proper price, proper place, proper time, and proper volume, which is possible by efficient distribution channel and arrangement. Here, when we say place, distribution channel is basically known as the place in the marketing mix, and it is one of the major component of marketing mix. So, in today's technical world where production is done at large scale, consumer himself cannot perform this work. So not only this, the importance of distribution and middlemen has increased due to internationalization of markets and also due to no direct contact between the producer and consumer and increase in the use of specifications in production and distribution. So basically, a distribution channel is a coordinated flow of products from manufacturer or producer to the customers. We can also say that distribution channel is the path of ownership transfer of goods, and hence they create place utility, time utility, and utility of right. Distribution channels are basically intermediaries or middlemen, and they exist because producers cannot reach all their consumers. They multiply reach and provide efficiency to the marketing process. Distribution channel also facilitate smooth flow and create time, place and possession utilities. It also have the core competence and reach and providing contact, experience, specialization and scales of operations. Now coming to the objectives of channel designing, how we can design the channels, that is all depends on the availability of products, meeting customers service requirements, how we will be able to how a channel of distribution will be able to meet the customers requirements, what will be the promotional support, that is what will be the promotional strategies, advertising and all that, market information, that is coming up to the producer about the customers taste change preference trends coming up, cost effectiveness, what type of distribution channel will be more cost efficient and effective to the producer, which directly helps in reducing the cost, flexibility, when and where easily a producer can provide the product and services to the customer. That's also an important part to see how flexible the place utility is over there. So moving further, we have several types of levels of distribution. Talking first about zero level distribution, where there is a directly contact between the manufacturer and the buyer. There is no intermediaries involved, so we can also say it the direct distribution channel. One level distribution here, uh, in between manufacturer and buyers, we have one level of distribution or one channel involved. It can be wholesaler or it can be retailer. Basically, usually we say retailer as the retail outlets provide the customer with the product. Moving next, two level distribution, where obvious the levels of distribution increase when the geographical areas are located at a vast place. So here, whenever we have a long distribution channel, we opt for two level distribution, that is from manufacturer to wholesaler, retailer and the buyers. And then three-level distribution. Here the manufacturer to the buyers, we have agents, wholesalers and retailers. Whenever we say agents, agents are basically the representatives of the manufacturer appointed by the manufacturer or the company itself legally. So here we have an summary of all the distribution channels, levels of distribution, that is direct channel, retail channel, wholesale channel and agent channel, what we had already discussed in our previous slides. In direct channel, you can see from producer to consumer, we provide the product directly. In retail channel, we have included the retailer. In wholesale channel, we have a wholesaler or distributor along with retailer, in between producer to the consumer. And then agent channel, here we have the two terms agent and broker. Agents are basically appointed by the manufacturer, they are legally appointed, while brokers we can say are the freelancer who are independent and are not bound by any particular manufacturer or any particular company. They market or they distribute the products depending on their choice and on the contract with the manufacturer. Wholesaler or distributor, retailer and then consumer. Moving next, as we had already discussed when we were discussing the topic product, we already discussed two types of product, that is consumer products and the industrial products. As we know, consumer products are B2C and the industrial products are B2B products, business to business product. So consumer products are whatever we had studied and discussed right now is the same. But when we talk about industrial products also have certain kind of distribution channel, that is it also has direct distribution channel from producer to the other industrial user, or from the producer to the dealer and the industrial user. In the dealer, we already had discussed, dealers can be independent from the producers. They have their own setups to distribute the products. And then from producer by agent to the industrial user. Here agent is appointed and is legally representing the company to the other customer or to the other industrial users. Moving next, functions of intermediaries. When we say functions, although there are a lot of functions which are performed by the intermediaries, we will focus on the some major functions like marketing information. As the distributors are in direct contact of the customers, they know all about, they have all the information about the customers taste, preference, trends. So they provide a good feedback about the about the customer to the producer. Creating utilities, distribution channels, as we had already discussed, they create utilities of ownership, right of ownership. They transfer the ownership rights from one producer to the middleman to the ultimate consumer. They create the utility of time as well as place. Facilitates exchange efficiencies. When we say exchange efficiencies, they provide the product at very easy availability, at the very flexible time slots, at the very flexible, just like for an example, when we said home delivery, that's a very easy exchange efficiency. Form a supply chain. Yes, of course, distribution channel create a supply chain. And then finally coming up to the CRM, that is customer relationship management. When we say why it is a major function of intermediaries, because as they are in the direct contact of the customers, they create a direct a reputation, a goodwill, a relationship with the customer, which helps them to provide and pass on the information to the producer as well as to the customers too about the new product features, about the product quality, about the they deal with the customers grievance. So that's why a customer relationship management is a major function of intermediaries. Talking about next, factors affecting choice of distribution channels. Although there are many factors which are stated in front of us, that is consumer factors, producer factors, intermediary factors, industry, marketing, environmental factors, and legal factors. We will discuss in detail about these factors. Like first, product related factors like nature of product, perishability, unit value of the product, and product complexity. Yes, of course, the nature of product, how perishable the product is, how long it can survive, and it can be effective in use. Unit value of the product, and then the product complexity. If they are heavy and bulky in nature, the distribution channel need to be short channel. If they are easy and light and easy to move from one place to another, they can opt for a long distribution channel. Then company related factors, finance availability, core competency, degree of control. Obvious, if there is a huge finance available, a company or a producer can opt for a long distribution channel, while if it's lack of finance availability, it will opt for short channel. Core competency, easy availability is a basic tool of competitive advantage. Whenever we go for a go to search a product in the market, whatever is easily available to us, we try to buy that product. That many companies use it as the core competence. And then the degree of control, the long the distribution channel will be, shorter or less the control will be. So if the producer want a direct control over the product's distribution, it will opt for a short channel, and if a producer do not want direct control over the product, it will opt for a long distribution channels. Competitive factors, competitors channel of distribution. What kind of channels of distribution competitors are following? That's play a critical role in distribution channel. Then the distribution policy, what kind of distribution policy, rules, regulations, procedures are opted according to the competitors in the market, that also make the companies to decide on what kind of distribution channel they will opt for. And then market related factors like market size, what is the size of market, whether it is distributed locally or globally or at the national level or interstate level. So according to that, distribution channel will be selected. Geographical concentration, yes, of course, if we are distributing locally, we will go for a short channel. And then the quantity purchase, bulk purchases can help in long distribution channels, while the unit buying or a single or a few buying cannot help in long distribution of channels. So that kind of buying and selling opt for short distribution of channels. And then the last is environmental factors. Here we can include legal factor as well as economic conditions. Legal environment, what kind of rules, regulations, and procedures are over there in the market. It can be many a times in international, when we go when a company go for international marketing, there are certain import and export rules, exam policies are over there. There are certain monetary rules, money exchange rules are over there, taxation policies are over there. That all comes under the legal part of the company. And then the economic conditions, depending on the conditions prevailing in the market, like when we say current scenario of market, it is considered as very down. So here when we say distribution channels in this scenario, they are choosing intensive and exclusive channels of distribution, that is very selected distribution channels, as there is no such demand in the market. So a major focus is on customization of the product. Then ways to choose a channel of distribution. Here how we can opt for a short channel and on why we all go for a long channels. It depends on the characteristics of market, product, competition and the company. When we say market characteristics, it can be I'm talking about the short channels. First we will discuss about the short channels and then we will go for the long channels. Market characteristics like business users. There are very few business users. Then the producer will go for a short channel. Geographically concentrated. We are not distributing or we are not selling the product in a wide area. Then also we will go for a short channel. Extensive technical knowledge and regular servicing is required. Obvious, when a product is complicated in nature and requires certain kind of service only, then the company go for short channel of distribution and the large orders. Products characteristics, perishable products can't survive for a longer duration of time, so that's why they opt for a short channels of distribution. Complex in nature, whatever the products which are very complex in nature, they need to be installed or they need to be run in a particular manner only, they opt for short channels. And then the expensive, the more the expensive the product is, the more the short their channel will be. Depending on coming next to the competition characteristics, competitor uses the direct channels and the manufacturer is satisfied with its performance, or competitors use in short channel, competitors use the direct channels where it provide the product or services directly to the customer and he is happy with that. Indirect channels and the manufacturer thinks choosing this channel would be more beneficial. Of course, when we opt for uh, service part, when we say service, basically service part deals with the direct channels. And then the company characteristics, what kind of company is there, what kind of control it want to impart on their products or services, what kind of broad product line they are. For an example, when we talk about Hindustan Unilever Limited, as they have a very range of product line, they have a very good or good line of product mix, so they opt for a sorry they go for a very uh, excuse me. Then manufacturer has adequate resources to perform channel functions. Manufacturer himself or itself has very adequate distribution channel. They have transport facilities, they have HR or personal management which helps in distributing the services or the products to the customer. Then also it opts for short channels of distribution. Talking about long channels of distribution, market characteristics of that are that the consumers usually when we say short channels, here the business users B2B exchanges over there. And when we say long channels, here basically B2C, that is from business to ultimate consumer, which includes various intermediaries is involved. Geographically dispersed market is over there, so they need to opt for a long distribution channel. Little technical knowledge is required and also regular services is not required there, so that's why there can be a long distribution channel. And then the small orders are over there. Talking about product characteristics, product needs to be durable, standardized and inexpensive, then only it is possible for the manufacturer or for the producer to send them to a very far distance away, or to pass on it from the one hand to another. Then talking about competition characteristics, competitors use the indirect channels and the manufacturer is satisfied with its performance. Or competitor uses the direct channels and the manufacturer thinks choosing this channel would be more beneficial. Talking about company's characteristics, channel control not important here. The company do not want to control that much on distribution. Limited product line is over there. And then manufacturer lacks adequate resources to perform channel functions. That is, they do not have that much of transport facility. They do not have that much of people hired to avail or to provide the product or services to the customer. Then it go for the intermediaries. And then finally we have distributors profiles. Already we know that there are various kinds of intermediaries involved in distribution channels, like distributors, wholesalers, retailers and agents. We will have a overlook over them. Talking about distributors, they are involved in sales and marketing. They build relationship with manufacturers and they go beyond fulfilling and delivering orders. They go for service part also, and they study the market very actively. Talking about wholesaler, basically wholesaler fulfill retail orders. They purchase in bulk and they resell the goods in bulk also. They focus only on storage and delivery goods, and they buy from the distributor or the manufacturer. Talking about retailers, they have outlets where they need to purchase products. They sell in stores or they sell online also. They buy from distributors or the wholesalers. And when we talk about agents, they have special shipments and contracts. They have personal contacts also. They work on marketing, specialized in customer relationship management. They focus on personal relationship with with the customer, and they own products by representing producers. That is, they are the appointed by the appointed representative of the producers. So that is all for our today's class. Hope you have understood all the concepts. Thank you so much.